Have you ever watched a movie and wondered, would this make a good D&D campaign? Would the movie The Mummy from 1999 make a good D&D campaign? Let's talk about how the movie plays out. Also, let's talk about how you could play it as a short or long-term adventure. This is Curse 20. A sneak peek into the DM's notes shows the backstory of the BBEG and the origin of the curse. The session starts with Rick's character, a gunslinger fighter slash ranger, and his battalion defending their position at Hamanatra against overwhelming forces. After being abandoned by his friend Benny and all of his other soldiers slaughtered, he escapes into the desert, finding himself in a prison located in Cairo where the other heroes will eventually find him. Cut over to Evie's character, a scribe wizard, failing an athletics check and destroying the library she works at. Her brother, a character named Jonathan, finds her and shows her an artifact he steals from Rick. This allows her to find the map, which prompts her to search out Rick in jail, where she then learns he knows the location of Hamanatra. Upon being hanged, he has to pass enough con checks while she tries to persuade the jailer to set him free. Leading into some roleplay as they travel by boat towards their destination, they meet a group of NPCs known as the Americans, where they find out they had the same goal. An attack by a group of assassins known as the Magi lead to the boat catching on fire and our heroes escaping into the river. Arriving at Hamanatra at the same time as the Americans, initiative is rolled and it is an all-out dash to see who can get there first. Arriving in the ruins of Hamanatra and passing some investigation checks, they find an Egyptian casket with Imhotep's remains. The NPCs known as the Americans fail an insight check on a golden box and some organ jars, finding the Book of the Dead and unleashing a deadly curse. Passing a stealth and a sleight of hand check, Evie steals and opens the Book of the Dead, causing Imhotep to rise from his grave. Fleeing his wrath, they run back to Cairo. Hunting down the Americans one by one in an attempt to restore his power, our heroes try their best to protect the NPCs, but unfortunately are not strong enough to beat him. In search of a way to defeat Imhotep, they discover where the Book of Amun-Ra is hidden. At this point, they join forces with Ardath and the Magi and learn more about the backstory of our BBEG. Imhotep captures Evie to use her in a ritual to bring back his forbidden love, Anuk Su Anun. Our heroes, realizing the only way to save her and find the Book of Amun-Ra is to go back to the City of the Dead. Enlisting the help of Winston, an old retired soldier, they come across a flying machine. Using this to soar across the desert, Imhotep sees them, causing a sandstorm to knock them out of the sky. Winston rolls a nat 20 on his dex check, saving everybody's lives but his own. Searching the ruins for Imhotep, they find Evie and the Book of Amun-Ra, eventually facing off against his mummified priest in the spirit of Anuk. Breaking the curse, they're finally able to defeat Imhotep, literally and figuratively riding off into the sunset.
I think you can easily run The Mummy as a short campaign lasting 5 to 10 sessions with 5 main chapters. This campaign is meant for 3 players, and you're going to be playing as the main characters from the movie, Rick, Jonathan, and Evelyn, and it's going to go through levels 5 through 8. The first chapter, our DM is going to establish the curse before Jonathan and Evie get Rick out of jail, where they then are going to head off to Hamanatra. The second chapter, our heroes discover the ruins, where they must navigate traps and then discover artifacts. During this, they will accidentally release Imhotep and have to flee back to Cairo. The third chapter, our players must survive the 10 plagues. While discovering where the Book of Amun-Ra is, our players must go back to Hamanatra. Chapter 4 is solving a puzzle to recover the Book of Amun-Ra, all while dealing with hordes of mummies and scarabs. The final chapter is where you're going to defeat Imhotep. Afterwards, you're going to gather what treasures you can before the ruins trap you forever.
I'm going to talk about the things I would change to turn this short story into a more long-term campaign. First thing I would look at changing is the introduction. I think Rick's first expedition to the City of Dead is a great place to start a campaign. 2 characters could play as the Rick character and the Ardath character. Playing as the Ardath character opens up a ton of fun opportunities to have a member of the party in a secret society that can help assist in future endeavors. In a separate scene, we cut to our other 2 PCs, Evelyn and Jonathan. We can set them up so that Jonathan has a chance to either pickpocket or steal the puzzle box. The players can then team up to find the map that's hidden inside of it. Back with the Rick and Ardith characters, we know that Rick gets taken prisoner. What would have to change here is that Ardith would also have to be taken prisoner. I think that this would make for a very fun and engaging first session that would set the tone of exploration for the campaign. The next change I would make would be during the boat attack. Originally, they are attacked by members of the secret society which Ardith is a part of. Obviously, this means they need to be changed to something a little more suitable. Maybe it's a giant sea monster or a rival cult looking for information in the puzzle box. The campaign would continue until we get to the Americans opening the box that contains the Book of Anubis and the canopic jars which contain the organs of the mummy. The next point of change could be that instead of simply being Americans, maybe these treasure hunters could be from all around the world. While they are found relatively quickly in the movie, this is your chance to spread them back across the globe. It essentially gives the BBEG a quest list. The party can now explore, looking for information on how to end the curse. But they must be concerned with the mummy reclaiming all of his power and gaining immortality. By making this the opening act of a campaign, it allows the DM to add additional backstory and world building. I would still end in a similar way, having the party find that the book they need is still in the City of Dead and returning there for the final battle. So, in conclusion, I think we can all agree that The Mummy makes a great campaign, whether it be short or long.
And make sure to watch out for our next video on Pacific Rim.
Please leave any suggestions in the comment. This has been Curse 20. Boom.
Good.
Bang.